Hey, this is Steve from Sparky's Garage. Today we're going to be working on my 2006 Scion XB. And this has fog light blanks here. This was an option to get the fog lights. So I went ahead and actually found some online. These are aftermarket ones. I went with the traditional yellow color fog lights. I got a switch here that goes right into the interior. And then also I got a factory Toyota relay for the fog lights. Now, even though these have the blanks on the bumper, this vehicle is completely wired for those fog lights. So behind here, there is the actual harness to plug in the light bulb, and then on the interior side, underneath the radio, is the factory plug for the switch, and then on the fuse panel, you got to just plug in the factory Toyota relay. So let's get started and get this thing upgraded with some fog lights. All right, we're on the interior side of my Scion XB. So we're gonna start off by taking off this bezel, and then below here, there's a blank for the fog lights. This one's already used up. I went ahead and modified it for a aftermarket USB cord for my cell phone. So first, I want to start off, go ahead and pull off the knobs here on the climate control. Then you're gonna have your 2 screws. So we're gonna go ahead and just remove those. Now go ahead and just take your finger, and you're just gonna basically just give it a little pull. And go ahead and pull this side. And once both sides are undone, I have to just slowly pull it back. Now you're gonna have some connections right here that you're gonna have to disconnect. All right, so here is your 3 plugs that you're gonna have to remove. There's 1, 2, and 3. So this first big one right here, just press down, and you're just gonna slide it out. This one here, you may need to use a little flat blade screwdriver or Phillips here. Okay, so that one's done. Again, there's just these little buttons on the bottom side. There's that one. And let's see here. This one. Man, this one's stuck. Oh, here we go. Easier to rotate it around. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and set the bezel aside. All right, next you need to move the storage compartment down and out of the way. So go ahead and put the key on to the accessory. Actually, no. One more on. Move your shifter down. Once your shifter's down and low, just go ahead and pull straight back. And we'll just slide this down. Now this also has 2 plugs on it. Let me see if I can unplug them here and I'll show you. So you got this one plug right here, and then you got your plug for your cigarette lighter. All right, now we'll just go ahead and set this out of the way. Now this cord right here, this is just my USB cord that's tied into the deck. So now we're gonna get the flashlight and I'll show you where this wire is at. So now I'm gonna try to show you where the factory plug is for the fog light switch. So bear with me here, but try to stick the camera in here. If you see, there is, sorry about this. Okay, so there is that harness right there. Oh, sorry. Flashlight on messed up. So there is that harness right there. Just below it is, there it is right there. So you can see the harness is taped up against that other harness. So you're just gonna have to break that tape and then grab that plug and just pull it out. So, all right, so I cut that and voila, there is the factory plug for that switch. Pretty cool. So now we'll go ahead and kind of straighten this all out here. we'll go ahead and install the switch into the bezel. Start putting the bezel and everything back together, and then yeah, we'll move on to the relay. All right, got them all plugged in. Snap it back together. Cool. Okay. Now, one thing I had to do is I had to switch my USB port from this side over to here because that harness is only long enough to reach right there. So yeah. All right. Next, we'll go ahead and put on our bezel. Go ahead and reconnect our connections. And you want to just kind of hook the bottom in and walk it forward. That one. Okay. These all just snap right back in. Okay. Now we'll just go ahead, carefully, start putting it all back together. Okay. Oh. You gotta hinge the top real quick. Okay. I'll go ahead and put the knobs back on. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot this part. All right, we're going to go ahead and put the screws on. Knobs back on, they just press back on. Okay. All right, now we're on to putting the relay in the fuse panel. Now I picked up a factory Toyota one. That's probably the best type you can get, in an aftermarket one. All right, let's go find the fuse panel. All right, so we got the door open now, and this little slot right here behind there is your fuse panel. So just stick your finger right in the hole, just give it a little pull, and there's your fuse panel. Now I'm going to show you where it's at here. So give me a second. Okay, so here's our fuse panel. Off to the left side, right over there, those are the relays. So let's see here. God dang, it's really hard to tell. Okay, so here's your fuse panel. Now, right about there, that is where the relay is going to go, but it's all going to go on the back side. And then you got, it's kind of hard to tell, but you got one relay up there. You got another relay right there. And then the third relay, that's your fog light one. So again, this is going to go right about, sorry. So it's going to go right about there, but you're going to do it from the back side. So that's going to be kind of tricky. That cover's off. I'm gonna stick the camera behind the fuse panel. There's the fuse panel. I'm gonna stick the camera behind the fuse panel, and then I can show you where this relay is at. All right, we're gonna go underneath, and I'll show you where it's at. Now you can see on the back side of the fuse panel, there is two relays, and then below the second relay is the white blank plug area. And that's where you're going to put in the other relay for the fog light. Now it's going to be a little tricky. You're definitely going to have some smaller hands to reach behind here to plug in that relay, but that's where it's going to go. All right, here's behind that fuse panel again. So now you can see we have 3 relays now in instead of 2. So that bottom one, that is the relay for the fog light. All right, next we're gonna take off the front bumper. So you want to go ahead and get a little plastic pry tool. You're gonna pop that plastic tab up, that one up, this one here, remove the grill, and then down below here, there is a 10mm bolt, and on the same side, there is another 10mm bolt, and then this front bumper cover should come off. So let's give it a shot. Alright, here's my bumper now. So once we took the grill off, we did find a bolt. That was a 10mm right there. We did find a little push-in clip right there, and another 10mm bolt. So we got those three undone. Again, we went ahead and undid the one 10mm bolt right there, and undid the 10mm bolt right there, pushed down, and the bumper was free. So now with the bumper free, I'm trying to see if I can find it. There it is. So this right there, let me see if I can get my camera in here. Bear with me. So that right there, bundled up, that is the plug for the fog light. So we're just going to have to cut the tape, kind of like how we did with the switch, and then that will give us the plug for the light bulb. And then here on the back side, there's our cover, and you're just going to basically just squeeze that, squeeze these two, and then remove that one. Let's go over here. So same thing on this side. We'll go ahead and just squeeze those two. Squeeze those two. And then you can see perfectly right there. See, it's all taped up. There's our pigtail for the fog light. Alright. Just carefully cut this. Then there is the pigtail. Okay, we'll go ahead and go on the other side and we'll do the same thing. Alright, got our fog light here. This one is marked L for left side. So you want to go ahead and hook this corner in first. Then you're going to slowly kind of line it up and then just press it in. That. Okay, we're in. Okay. Yeah, we're in. Awesome. Now I'll go ahead and hook up our plug. Okay, we got another one here. Got an R to the right side. I'm gonna go ahead and line up. Stick the big one up there first. There we go. That side here. Plastic off. Line it up. Okay. Perfect. I'll go ahead and hook up this one. Okay. Alright, let's see if these fog lights work. I believe, from what I read, you gotta put them on with the headlights only. The headlights? Yeah! We got fog lights! Alright, so next we're going to put the bumper back on, put the two bolts up here, put the clip on, 2 bolts on each side, put that on, grill, and then we're done. Alright, that concludes our install on putting in a set of factory fog lights on a Scion XB. Now, this was, again, super easy. All the wiring was there, all the pigtails and harnesses were all right there. All we had to do is buy the actual fog lights, the switch, and the relay. The total cost for all this was only 50 bucks. It's a pretty sweet upgrade for that cost. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button, and we'll see you on Sparky's Garage next adventure.